Facebook's inner workings are again going under the microscope, this time in the UK Parliament. Former employee Frances Hogan was just finishing testifying before a committee considering a new online protection law. Well, it comes as the so-called Facebook papers start becoming more public. Hogan has told British lawmakers that Facebook's algorithms can amplify hate speech.
I have an understanding of how AI can unintentionally behave. Facebook never set out to prioritize polarizing divisive content. It just happened to be a side effect of choices they did make.
Well, she says that led to a blind spot in the company where employee concerns never made it up the chain of command. Well, Donnie O'Sullivan has been following the story and joins us now from New York. Good to have you with us. So, as we've been listening to Frances Hogan, we have heard from Facebook over the last few years trying to, I guess, question her credibility, saying that she wasn't privy to some of the departments she's questioning. How does her testimony stand up today?
Yeah, I mean, I think the problem here for Facebook is that Frances Hogan is extremely compelling and she's very credible. And she's got the receipts, right? She's got the documents. We now have a lot of these documents, tens of thousands of them. These are just a small selection of what we've been going through the past few weeks. And Facebook has been trying to downplay her role and what she knows about this stuff. But the problem for Facebook is that the research she's highlighting, Facebook's own research, so many of us know it to be true, right? Whether it's from child safety or going down misinformation rabbit holes. I mean, there's a good example from some of this research where in one case, a Facebook worker set up an experiment account designed to look like a 41-year-old mom living in North Carolina who was a conservative. They started the account by liking a few conservative pages like Donald Trump, Fox News. Within a few weeks, just following the Facebook algorithm, following the suggestions that Facebook was giving to this account, they were sent down QAnon rabbit holes. They were even, this 41-year-old mom was even recommended to follow an account that seemed to belong to a militia, by the way, which went on to take part in the insurrection. And this sort of experiment happened internally at Facebook too, in India, according to the New York Times, where with similar sort of results. So there's major issues here. Many of us, many researchers, many people who watch the company know about these for a long time. But what Frances Hogan is doing with her testimony today and also here in the US a few weeks ago and through all these files is really proving that not only are these problems, but Facebook knows about them.
Right. It's interesting, Donnie, seeing you hold up some of those internal Facebook documents. You and your team have been going through them, and they do show how the company failed to curb the spread of posts inciting hate in so-called at-risk countries like Ethiopia. The war in Tigray has been going on for almost a year now. Explain for us what those documents found and how groups in the country use the platform to promote and incite violence.
That's right, and I would encourage viewers to go on to CNN.com, where our colleague Eliza McIntosh really goes into this issue on Ethiopia. I mean, essentially, militias are using the platform to sow the seeds of violence. And Frances Hogan, she warned British lawmakers today. She said, unless Facebook cleans up its act, unless it gets a handle on its platform, this is going to keep happening. You know, we saw it here in the United States, which was a big wake-up call for the US, but it's been happening around the world for longer. We know about what happened in Myanmar and how hate was allowed fester on the platform there. Now, Facebook, of course, in response to all of this, they will say they are cleaning up their act, that they're hiring thousands of people, spending billions of dollars, and they are trying to get a handle on this. The issue for Facebook, however, is through their own researchers and through reporters and researchers and parents. People, we all know people in our lives who have gone down, loved ones or friends who are going down misinformation rabbit holes, or who are being diverted to pages celebrating or glorifying eating disorders through these platforms. And that is the problem, I think, of the challenge for Facebook, is no matter what they want to say publicly in the press or what they want to tell regulators or Congress, we can all just open up our phones and see the problems on those platforms pretty blatantly.
Yeah, exactly. A huge, huge challenge for Facebook. Donnie O'Sullivan, as always, good to have you with us. Thanks.
Thank you.